Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome to my channel, Synergistic Singing. If you're a beginning singer, you might be wondering how to find your range on the piano. Today we're going to be covering how male singers can find their range on the piano. And first we're going to start with the most common area in which most guys speak. So the most common pitch range is going to be around, you see that C2 to the C3. So right around that C3 is where most male singers speak. Most beginning male singers are going to be somewhere around there. Sometimes they might be higher. So when you want to start exploring where your range is at, you want to pick a note right around that C3. And I do want to offer a disclaimer. So the octaves that are represented here are based off of which C you're working with on the piano. So that C2 there is the second C that you'll run into on the piano, while that C3, which we would call an octave up or an octave higher, that C3 is going to be the third C up from the piano. Not all piano apps and not all descriptions of octaves on the piano are going to be the same. So if you are unsure, I'd recommend downloading the Perfect Piano app, which is the one I'm using right now, since this will show you in a very easy, logical way your octaves on the piano. So now that you know a good place to start, which should be around C3, you could just take the syllable la and you could just sing up that scale until you find a point in your voice that maybe feels not so comfortable, maybe feels unstable, like it's hard to have a clear pitch when you're singing that. And then vice versa, you can slide down and on syllable la go down in pitch, and then you can write down whatever letter name you landed on that you felt like was it was starting to be difficult to sing in that place. So the only letter names represented here are the C's, but in between the C you have your musical alphabet. And I would suggest going to finding a chart online, or I might put a link in the description below where you can see what each letter name is. So before C we have B and A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and it'll start over A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. So if you map out your range, if you sing the syllable la, and let's say your lowest note is on F, well, that would be F2, is what you could say. So once you sing F2, that's sort of starting to feel really low, and then maybe you go up here and you sing C4, and maybe that's where it starts to feel high, or maybe A, or maybe it's not so way up here on G4. Now once you find that your voice maybe feels tense or unstable, or maybe you run into a vocal break, that would be a sign that you are at a place in your voice where you're going to have to think about something technique-wise in order to continue. So that's a good idea that if you had to put your range in a certain place for a certain time, pitch-wise, that's where you could sort of limit it for the moment. Everything kind of depends, your range is going to depend on your skill level and experience. So if you have a song that you're performing tomorrow, you don't want to be singing in a place in your voice that you already know you're running into breaks with. So instead you want to sing a song that's going to be right in the center of your range, that's really comfortable. And vice versa, if you're taking lessons and you see that your range is expanding, then you would want to maybe pick a song that could cover that area if you find that you have built the technique to sing through it. I hope that helps you find your range on the piano. And if you'd like to see more stuff on singing and tools for singers, make sure to check out my Synergistic Singing channel and some of the other videos there. Thanks for watching.